think he's the best player in the world, to be honest.
The 17-year-old, I think, is doing things that no other 17-year-old's ever done in football. I think at the moment, I don't know if there's anyone more exciting to go to a stadium and watch right now.
There's a boy in Barcelona who isn't supposed to exist. A teenager doing things that shouldn't be possible. Breaking records that have stood for decades. Making grown men look ordinary. Making the impossible look easy. His name is Lamine Yamal. And if you haven't heard of him yet, you will. Because what he's doing at 18 years old is rewriting everything we thought we knew about football. This isn't just another Wonder Kid story. This is different. This is historic. This is a phenomenon that happens once in a generation, maybe once in a lifetime. And the most terrifying part, he's only just getting started.
I don't think I've seen anything like it since Messi.
He's a chosen one.
Yeah.
He's a chosen one after Messi.
The best player in the world right now is Lamine Yamal. He's broken all the records in terms of like youngest to play in La Liga, youngest to score, youngest to assist, youngest to play for Barca. Like, it's just crazy what he's done. He's broken all those records. He's the youngest. Lamine Yamal, aka the youngest.
Imagine being 16 years old. You're worried about exams, about what your mates think, about asking someone out. Normal teenage problems. Now imagine being 16 and scoring against France in a European Championship semifinal. Not just scoring, curling a left-footed strike from 25 yards that bends physics, that silences 80,000 people, that announces to the world that something special has arrived. That's what Lamine Yamal did on the 9th of July, 2024. At 16 years and 362 days old, he became the youngest player ever to score at a European Championship. He broke a record that had stood for 20 years. But here's the thing. That wasn't even the most impressive part of his tournament. 4 assists, 1 goal, young player of the tournament, a European Championship winner's medal, all before his 17th birthday. Let that sink in for a moment. Cristiano Ronaldo at 16 was playing in Sporting's academy. Lionel Messi at 16 had just moved to Barcelona's B team. Kylian Mbappe at 16 was still in Monaco's youth setup. Lamine Yamal at 16 was destroying defenses at the European Championships, dragging Spain to glory, making seasoned international defenders look like they were playing in slow motion. This isn't normal. This has never been normal. But who is this kid? Where did he come from? Born on the 13th of July, 2007, in Esplugues de Llobregat, just outside Barcelona. His father is from Morocco, his mother from Equatorial Guinea. He grew up in Roca Fonda, one of the toughest neighborhoods in Mataró, a place where dreams are usually crushed before they begin. But Yamal had something different, a left foot that could paint masterpieces, vision that saw passes that didn't exist yet, confidence that bordered on arrogance, but backed up by ability that made it justified. He joined La Masia, Barcelona's famed academy, at age 7. The same academy that produced Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol. The same academy that is considered the finest talent factory in world football. Even there, amongst the best young players in Spain, he stood out. Coaches would watch him and shake their heads in disbelief. This kid was doing things that 14-year-olds shouldn't be able to do. Then 15, then 16, and then came the moment that changed everything. 29th of April, 2023. Barcelona versus Real Betis. Yamal is called up to the first team. He's 15 years, 9 months, and 16 days old. Xavi Hernandez, Barcelona's manager and a legend in his own right, makes the call, brings him on in the dying minutes. History is made. Yamal becomes the youngest player ever to represent Barcelona in an official match. Younger than Boyan, younger than even Ansu Fati. But it doesn't stop there. On October 8, 2023, Yamal scored his first ever goal for FC Barcelona against Granada. At just 16 years and 87 days old, he became the youngest goal scorer in the club's history, breaking a record that had stood since 1917. 106 years. Gone. Just like that. The football world sits up and takes notice. But most still think it's a flash in the pan. A publicity stunt. A kid who will fade away when the real pressure comes. They couldn't have been more wrong. Season 2023 to 24. Yamal's first full season in the Barcelona first team. He's 16 years old, 50 appearances, 7 goals, 10 assists, starting for one of the biggest clubs in world football, playing 90 minutes week after week, delivering performances that veterans struggle to produce. He's not just participating, he's starring. He's essential. He's irreplaceable. Against Real Madrid in the Supercopa semifinal, he scores. 16 years and 182 days old. The youngest ever to score in the Supercopa. Another record, another milestone, another statement. But it's not just about the statistics. It's about how he plays. The audacity, the fearlessness, the sheer disrespect he shows to defenders who've been playing professional football longer than he's been alive. He receives the ball on the right lane. Defenders converge. He doesn't panic. One step over, a drop of the shoulder. They're already beaten. He glides past them like they're training cones. Looks up, picks out a pass that splits the entire defense. Or cuts inside onto that magical left foot and curls one into the top corner. Commentators run out of superlatives. Fans run out of breath. Opponents run out of ideas. And remember, he's doing this at 16. At an age when most professional footballers are still playing for reserve teams or out on loan to third division sides. But the real test was coming. The European Championships. The biggest stage. The brightest lights. Spain calls him up. There's controversy. He's too young, people say. It's too much pressure. He'll crumble when it matters. Luis de la Fuente, Spain's manager, ignores the noise. He knows what he has. 15th of June, 2024. Spain versus Croatia. The tournament opener. Yamal starts. 16 years and 338 days old. The youngest player ever to appear at a European Championship. The record belonged to Poland's Kasper Kozlowski. Yamal takes it by over a year. He doesn't just appear. He dominates. Create chance. Torments defenders. Provide an assist. The world watches in disbelief. Match after match, he gets better. Against Georgia, he's unplayable. Against Germany in the quarterfinal, he delivers another assist that helps Spain advance. And then comes France, the semifinal, the biggest match of his life. France takes the lead through Randall Colom 1. Spain needs a response. The pressure is suffocating. 21st minute. Yamal receives the ball out wide. He's 25 yards from goal. 3 French defenders between him and the net. Any sensible player passes. Keeps possession. Recycles the ball. Lamine Yamal isn't sensible. He shifts the ball on his left foot. Time seems to slow down. The entire stadium holds its breath. Then he strikes it. The ball curves through the air like it's guided by satellite. It rises. It dips. It clips the inside of the post. And it's in. The youngest goal scorer in European Championship history. On the biggest stage. In the biggest moment. With a goal that will be replayed for decades. Spain goes on a win. 2-1. They're in the final. 14th of July, 2024. The day after Yamal's 17th birthday. Spain faces England in the final. Yamal starts again. Plays the full 90 minutes. Spain wins 2-1. He's a European champion at 17. He finishes the tournament with 1 goal and 4 assists. The most assists anyone has provided at a single European championship since records began in 1980. Let that sink in. More than Zinedine Zidane. More than Cristiano Ronaldo. More than any player in the history of the competition. At 16 and 17 years old, he wins the Young Player of the Tournament award. Becomes the youngest player ever to win a major international trophy. This isn't a Wonder Kid story anymore. This is history being written in real time. But the records don't stop. They just keep coming. 4th of September, 2024. The Ballon d'Or nominees are announced. Lamine Yamal is on the list. 17 years and 53 days old. The youngest player ever nominated for football's most prestigious individual award. He beats Kylian Mbappe's previous record by over a year. 28th of October, 2024. The Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris. Yamal finishes 8th. The youngest player ever to finish in the top 10. At 17 years old, he's ranked among the 8 best players on the planet. Ronaldinho didn't finish in the top 10 until he was 23. Ronaldo Nazario first cracked it at 20. Thierry Henry at 24. Sergio Aguero never did. Yamal does it at 17. He also wins the Copa Trophy, awarded to the best young player in the world. The youngest ever recipient. More records, more history, More proof that we're witnessing something unprecedented. Season 2024 to 25, his second full season at Barcelona. He's still only 17 for most of it. 9 goals, 13 assists, 35 appearances in La Liga alone. Playing on the right wing, cutting inside onto that lethal left foot, creating chances out of nothing, scoring goals that defy logic. His market value? Over 180 million euros. At 18 years old, he's one of the most valuable players on the planet. Barcelona won't sell him for any price. They know what they have. They know that this kid could define the next decade of football. Let's put this into perspective. Let's compare him to the legends at the same age. Lionel Messi at 17, 2 goals for Barcelona's first team, still adjusting to professional football, still developing physically. Cristiano Ronaldo at 17, playing for Sporting's first team, talented but raw, years away from becoming the machine we know today. Neymar at 17, still in Brazil, playing for Santos, hadn't yet moved to Europe. Kylian Mbappe at 17, 1 season at Monaco. Impressive, but not yet world-class. Lamine Yamal at 17, European champion. Ballon d'Or, top 10 finisher. Over 50 appearances for Barcelona, wearing the number 10, starting every match, delivering world-class performances week after week. No disrespect to those legends, but none of them were doing what Yamal was doing at this age. None of them had achieved what he's achieved. None of them looked this complete, this polished, this ready. And that's what makes this so special, so unprecedented, so utterly terrifying for everyone else in world football. But it's not just about the achievements. It's about how he plays. Watch him closely. The way he receives the ball. The way he scans the pitch before it arrives. He already knows what he's going to do 3 seconds before he does it. The way he manipulates defenders. One feint, they're leaning the wrong way. Another touch, they're off balance. Then he's gone, accelerating into space they didn't know existed. His left foot, my God, his left foot. It's like a magic wand. He can curl it into the top corner from 30 yards. Thread a pass through the eye of the needle. Whipping across that lands on sixpence. But it's not just technique. It's intelligence. Football IQ off the charts. He sees passes that AI would struggle to compute. Makes decisions in milliseconds that tactical analysts need slow-motion replays to understand. And then there's the mentality. The confidence. The swagger. He takes on defenders like he's playing in the park with his mates. No fear. No hesitation. Just pure, unfiltered self-belief. Penalty in a crucial match. Given the ball. Big game. He wants it. Tight situation. He thrives in it. This isn't taught. This can't be coached. This is innate. This is what separates the great from the legendary. The comparisons are inevitable. Everyone wants to know, is he the next Messi? The answer? He might be better than that. He might be the first Lamine Yamal. Yes, he plays for Barcelona. Yes, he wears number 10. Yes, he's a left-footed wizard who cuts in from the right. The parallels are obvious. But Messi wasn't doing this at 17. Messi wasn't a European champion at 17. Messi wasn't in the Ballon d'Or top 10 at 17. Yamal is on a trajectory that even Messi wasn't on. And that sentence sounds blasphemous to write, but it's factually accurate. Could he become the greatest of all time? Could he surpass Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Pele? Right now, at this moment, the possibility exists. The trajectory is there. The talent is there. The mentality is there. The achievements are already stacking up in ways that nobody else's did at his age. If he stays healthy, if he continues developing, if he keeps this hunger, this drive, this relentless pursuit of excellence, then yes, we could be watching the greatest footballer who has ever lived. We could be witnessing the beginning of